Hey, what's up, guys? This video is about long distance relationships. Now, I actually met a few people that did a long distance relationship. Normally, it's when they're out of college and they're trying to get their career up and running, and that actually that's still a thing even in 2025. But the reality is not common. That's not I don't want to say it's not a norm, but it's just not common. The odds of you having a successful long distance relationship is very, very, very minimum for that actually to happen. Now, I had long distance relationships, but they was just for hooking up. Two girl, well, the one, well, I won't call that long distance. She was literally like a 40-minute drive, up the highway. She's going to the university or whatever, like that, staying in dorms. But she actually, she stayed with her parents, which was, not too far from me. And like I said, it wasn't nothing like a 40-minute drive. So that I'm not counting that. This one lady I was hooking up with, her college was out of town. So it took me, I think, 3 hours to get, like three and a half hours to get there, something like that. To I think it was three automatically. I don't know if it's like 2.5 or three or a little bit more, but it was three automatic. That's I'm certain about that. I met her. I don't know if I met her. Well, I met her through some guys that I knew or whatever. So we actually met up. We talked a little bit, and she literally told me her situation. Listen, you seem cool, but I'm going to college out of town. And she told me where she was going to, where the school was at. And she was like, if you want, she just told me straight up. She said, listen, if I'm not looking for nothing serious because I got the school stuff going on, but I do want somebody to keep me occupied. She said, so if you cool with going out there, we hooking up every time, staying in my dorm room and just hooking up, every weekend. I'm cool with that if you cool with that. So, no break. Again, you don't have to do this, man. I'm just telling you my stories and giving you the best advice possible. So I was cool with it. Like I said, I already liked the chick. You know what I mean? So she said, yeah. So if you cool with doing that, then I'm fine. I'll let you know whenever I'm getting ready to, my classes are over, so you can go ahead and start heading over there. So of course I did that. Started going over there on the weekend. I would leave Friday. After I got off work, go ahead and get my stuff together, whatever. And then I go ahead and drive out there, and then I head out that Sunday. That Sunday morning is when I head out. It'll be Sunday morning because I don't want to have to drive on the same day that I had to go to work. It pretty much wasn't gonna work. So I either normally left that Sunday morning or I would leave, Sunday night. But I was doing that. So that don't. I mean, that's not an actual relationship. You guys not getting to know each other. Well, you hanging out, but you're not gonna. It's nothing serious. It's just you guys is hooking up. Now, for a regular long distance relationship, that's very hard to come by because normally, someone will easy. I won't say easy, but someone would possibly mess it up. They'll be in a relationship with you, but they'll be sleeping around, with other guys, or what I mean, other women. So that's the trust you guys have to have with each other is even stronger because you can't easily go see that person. And some of the relationships I heard about is like they'll see each other once a month or a couple times a week, like twice a month or once a month. Of course, they'll talk and text throughout the entire time, but in that situation, that's when you have to have quite a bit of control for your sexual urges. So if you're a hyperactive sexual person, long distance relationship won't work for you. It's not going to work. So if you're able to control that, if you're not just so hung up on sex all the time, you should be okay. Obviously, you gotta trust your partner, and that's the thing too. You gotta trust your partner whether it's long distance or not. 'Cause I'm gonna say this, this to clear the air. People get cheated on and they stay in the same house. So for somebody to be like, oh, it's never working, they're gonna cheat each other. But people doing that now and they staying together. So don't throw that in the pot and thinking that's gonna just go ahead and just get rid of the whole long distance relationship situation scenario. No, that happens. People gonna cheat regardless. So don't, if you're gonna think like that, if you're always worried about her or him, chances are you guys shouldn't just keep in touch. And whatever you guys situated, you guys figured it out, at the end of the day. But normally when these people have these long distance relationships, they already came up with a plan. They agreed to it. Okay, well, whichever one, it's either two of them or is one of them. Normally it's one person, whether it's a woman or the guy. They got a job offer, is out of town, they're checking it out, seeing they like it or not, and then from there they'll go ahead and let they spouse know that, hey, okay, it's paying good, I like the environment, they got a nice work schedule, the city is probably not all that great, but it's okay. Are you cool with, with moving out here with me? That's normally how it works. Cause it's not to the point to where it's both people that's just, oh, let me go chase after this career. It's normally just one person, the other person that's working a job or whatever, or the job they're working is not to the point where they're scared to leave it. You know what I mean? Cause it's not like a high paying job or nothing like that, or one of them jobs is one in a million situations. Normally it's a regular job, whether it's a teacher or even a police officer, somebody like that, they can easily just move to another city or state. They get transferred over, or a nurse or somebody like that. So they really don't worry about that, But if it's like a higher end job where you're getting paid good money than the other partners out here, no, not partner, but whether it's the boyfriend or girlfriend moving out here, they trying to find something that's paying pretty good or whatever. That's when you gotta come to the decision. And normally, how you make the best decision is who makes the most. That's when you're gonna make that decision. So if this person over here, they got a job offer and they're paying them $220,000 a year, and you have a job, in your hometown, but you're only getting paid like $60,000 a year. Common sense tells you that you're gonna go that direction where whoever that person is making the most money. You're gonna go that direction. Now I know you have some people, normally it's females. Oh, I grew up here, all my family here. I understand that, but they ain't gonna pay your fucking bills. They're not paying your fucking bills. So understand that. You can always come back and visit. Maybe later on down the road, you guys can, you save us some money, do some investments or whatever, and then you can go ahead and move back home. But that's normally what will happen. But in reality, if you smart, you'll go ahead and go with the money there. That's what it is, man. So, but I'm gonna say this too. I wouldn't do it because some fact is, I'm not a hyperly sexually active person, but I want that constant companionship. Not saying she got to be around me 24/7. Not saying that, but if I want to go out somewhere, I want to be like, hey, babe, hey, we got this concert going on, let's go. Or they got this restaurant that's opened up, let's go. You get what I'm saying. I don't want to have to be like, okay, I got a girlfriend, but she in Cincinnati, and now I got to find a whole nother woman to keep me occupied. And that's the thing too. Some people don't care, but I don't want to have a woman around me knowing that I don't take her serious. Now I'm gonna say this because some people probably been watching my videos since the beginning. Oh, AMA, you say be bending them over this and that. I know. I'm not denying it. I know. I said all that, but I actually enjoyed being with them. Now I knew it wasn't gonna be long term, but this is what it is at the time. This is what it was. So even now, I don't want to be in a position where I have a female around me just for sex or just for entertainment. It's like, no, I actually want to spend time with her, get to know her, this and that. I know it sounds corny to some, but I don't want to be doing that knowing I got a whole other girlfriend in Cincinnati, and I'm only going to be with her until, she come back or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, and, I don't know. At the end of the day, you can let that person know, like, listen, I'm in a situation right now with my girlfriend. She went out to work. She's trying to see if it's going to work out for her. If so, most likely I'm going to end up moving out there with her. So, you seem like a nice lady, but I still want to spend time with you. If you're okay with that, then we can move forward. If not, I understand. At the end of the day, whatever you guys got going on, let the female know, bro. That way she can make the decision. That way won't be no confusion or nothing like that. That's the best advice I can give you. Always let the female know what you got going on. She's gonna be down with it or not. That's all I'm saying. You don't want all this other stuff going on and you making your life even more complicated. Just tell them what it is, man. So, guys, for the ones you may be in a long distance relationship, if it's working out for you, keep it going, bro. Don't worry about what everybody else saying, because I'm gonna say this too. The ones with the most opinions, the so-called advice, there's always the single people. It's like, oh, you in a long distance relationship? I'll never do that. You're not in a relationship. So why do I listen? I'm gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna adhere to your advice, but I'm gonna listen to you. But why would I take your advice and you're not even in a relationship? You never been in a relationship. You have a hard time finding females. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. So guys, just be aware. Again, if it's working out for you, do your thing, man. I'm happy for you. And on top of that, don't tell people your business. Keep it to yourself, because that's the thing. People gonna put their negative information. It's hardly gonna be any people that's gonna give you positive information, that positive support. It's always gonna be negative. Majority of the time it's gonna be negative. You don't need that in your life. So keep that to yourself, bro. And at the end of the day, they gotta mind their own business. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that. But me personally, I wouldn't do that. Now, in certain situations, if she's in college or whatever, like I said, the one of my old my exes I dated, she went off to college, but again, she was on like 40 minutes down the highway, so like that don't even count. But other than that, like she's really like out of state or something like that. I'm gonna tell you this, man. If it's working out for you, do it. But I wouldn't do it because I know me. I don't want to put myself in that situation. You know what I mean? Because you only can talk and text so much, especially text. I don't care about text. You need to answer your phone. When I call you, better answer your damn phone. I'm that type of dude. So I ain't all about that texting stuff. You know what I mean? You can FaceTime. I understand that's cool. That helps. But it's only so much that I can do. But it'll never replace you actually being there with me. So that's just the thing with me. I wouldn't do it now. If she's out to college and say, oh, when I get through, we can get back together, whatever like that. We keep in constant communication. That's fine. She come down here to see me. We do stuff like that. That's fine. That will help it, but she won't be my main focus. You know what I mean? Because I still gotta live my life, and at the end of the day, you never know what might happen. She might meet some dude at college and take off, or she might meet some dude at orientation. Whatever she might take. You never know. So, but in the meantime, like if she's willing to still have a relationship with me, I'll allow it. Of course, you come down here, you hang out with me every now and then, type of stuff. That's cool. But at the end of the day, there's nothing guaranteed. So I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket with that. So long distance relationship, I'm not saying it's terrible. It does work, but it's not common. And I'm gonna say this again: if you're a hypersexual active person, don't even waste your time. Don't even waste it, because people like you never get enough. You always gotta have multiple partners all the time, so it'll never work out for you. You're cheating on your girl right now. You're cheating on your side piece right now. You're cheating on your wife right now. You're cheating on your ex-girlfriend right now. It don't matter, because people like you guys, that's why so many of these people, they get into porn, not necessarily because they need the money, because they have this crazy obsession about sex. So they'll never be fulfilled. So of course, if you're in that situation, you don't need. I don't care how good she look, bro, or what she doing for you. If anything, just let her know what it is. Again, like, okay, well, we can do it, but we can do this relationship, but you're not gonna be my main concern. You know what I mean? Because I know me. I know I can't. I'm not satisfied by just having one female. I gotta have multiple females. Just tell her what it is, but at the end of the day, she's gonna accept it or not. That's all it is to it, man. So guys, again, if you have a long distance relationship, remember, jealousy is around every corner. It's gonna come from your friends, your family, your co-workers, your next door neighbor. It's gonna come from the mailman. It's gonna come at any given point, at every angle. So keep that in mind. If you have that going on for you and it's working out for you, hey man, I'm happy for you. Keep it to yourself though. And on top of that, at some point in time, you guys got to come to a decision like, okay, hey, what's the end goal? Because we've been doing this for a year or two. What's the end goal? Who moving to who? That's what it comes down to. And at the end of the day, it normally favors the person who's making the most money. That's reality. So that's just a smart decision off back. You're not gonna move to Delaware. Oh, I'm getting this $45,000 a year job. No, bro. No. Now I ain't got nothing against Louisiana or Wichita or nothing like that. But if they're gonna pay me $300,000 to sit me out of this or whatever, we going to Louisiana. I'll learn the language. I'll learn how to speak French and eat crocodiles or alligators, whatever out there. I'll learn. That's just reality, but it comes down to the money part. That's all I'm saying, guys. So just think it out. Get out your feelings. Oh man, I grew up here. Oh, bro, you broke. You broke, man. So, and you grew up here. You're broke still. You're still broke. What does that have to do with anything? You act like you can't go back. You know what I mean? Get your money. Put in some good investments, and at the end of the day, you can always go back and retire. Family ain't that serious. You can always go back and visit. Yeah, like when y'all move somewhere, that's a death sentence. You've been castorized with you've been thrown out to the world. It's not this, bro. You can always go back and visit. You can always move back. It's not that serious. But anyway, guys, I hope you got a lot of advice out this video. Again, you know, nothing wrong with it. If it's working out for you, do it. But I'm gonna say this: you have to have an end goal because it's only gonna last so long. It's only gonna last so long. And so, with that being said, keep it private. You know, just keep that to yourself. And you know, like I said, guys, if you got any questions, any advice, any suggestions, anything, leave it down below. Like, share, subscribe, and no matter what, I'll take your peace, your pockets, and your purpose.